Joshua chapter number 1 opens and said, Moses, my servant, is dead. Moses, my servant, is dead. Moses, my servant, is dead. Many of you in this room have had things in your life that have died on you. You got married and you said this was going to be forever. Thought you'd be with me forever, but I guess someone used it. When you said to death do me apart, you meant it.
That's right.
You meant it.
Yeah.
But that thing died. What do you do when the thing that you have given your life to dies on you? When it dies on you. Somebody had that good job. And you knew, I'm going to retire from this job. This is the kind of job I put the rest of my life. I'm set. I got my 401k, put my money up. I'm going to retire at 62. And all of a sudden, some knock at your door that we're shutting down the company in a week. What do you do when the thing you have invested your life into dies on you? I had a friend. She was pregnant. Her and her husband was expecting a child. She got to a 9th month, ready for delivery. Actually, she was a week over. Went for a doctor's visit to discover that the baby had died. So now she's walking around carrying a dead thing. What do you do when the thing that you have been nursing, the thing you have been talking to, the thing you have been investing your time into, your everything, what do you do when it dies on you? So they send her to the hospital. She gets to the hospital and the hospital is full, so they're going to send her home and call her back when they get an open bed. So now I got to carry the dead thing home. But mama and sister shows up and turns the hospital out and said, my baby is not going out of here with no dead baby in her stomach. But what really caught my attention was she said that even though it had died, she still had to give birth to it as though it was alive. And the only way to get this dead thing out of her was she had to go through the pain. She had to go through the experience, and she had to push it out in order to get delivered from the dead thing that was in her. And the problem with a lot of us is when the thing died, we never pushed it out. You still walking around with the dead thing on the inside because you didn't understand that ignoring it didn't make it go away. You didn't understand that finding a way to stay busy so you didn't have to think about it didn't make it go. That you still had to deal with the dead thing. And you still had to carry it full term. And you still had to give birth to it in order to get delivered from the thing that died on you. Somebody shout the dead thing.
The dead thing.
Walking around with the dead thing. Walking around with a marriage that's over, but you never pushed it out. The dead thing. Walking around because you had the good job and now you can't find another job like that, and so you've never got over the job that you had, and you walking around with the dead thing. So you really could enjoy this over here, but because you haven't got rid of the dead thing, this over here is actually pretty good, but you can't enjoy it because you are poisoned by the dead thing that you never pushed out. What do you do when you're walking around carrying the dead thing? Somebody shout the dead thing. Let me move on because I don't want to bore you tonight. It says, Moses, my servant, is dead. Sitting here not knowing how to handle the dead thing. The dead thing. Stuck with the dead thing. Stuck with the dead thing. A lot of times when you find people who do a lot of complaining, their complaining comes from they still trying to compare something to the thing that you ain't even got no more. So you want this to be like that, and that left you. Y'all not? You want this to be like that, but you ain't even got that job no more. The dead thing, stuck like the man in the tombs. And what was the Gadarenes? Jesus came to Gadarenes. They found a man at the tomb. Amongst dead things. And he's cutting himself, which is, what is it called? Self-mutilization. And he's dealing with these kind of things. And that's where some of us are. You are emotionally cutting yourself because you don't know how to deal with the thing that died on you. So you're committing harm to yourself in the emotional realm because you can't deal, you can't get from among the dead.
That's good.
Stuck in the dead thing. Stuck in the dead place. Somebody said, God help me to get from the dead place. God help me to get from the dead place. Some of us have ministries that we started. Ministries that was doing good. You had your outreach, you had your thing, and it was going, and then all of a sudden that thing died on you. And you can't get restarted because you can't get over what died on you.
That's good.
I learned a valuable lesson early on in ministry. Don't spend your time talking about who walked away. Rather celebrate the ones who stayed. That was a good place to give a hand. Because sometimes we give more attention to people who left us, and we overlook the people who.
That's good. That's good.
We spend all our time talking about who left us, who did this, who did that, and miss that this one is still right here. It ain't went nowhere.
Yes.
See, they say, I'm going to celebrate who stayed. I ain't spending one more sleepless night. I ain't crying no more. I'm going to celebrate who celebrates me. You need to be crying about who ran you down. You need to spend your time celebrating the ones that celebrate you. So Israel is in Egypt. Israel is in Egypt. They get Moses has to deliver them. Moses delivered them out of the land of Egypt. And now they're stuck in the wilderness. But they're stuck in the wilderness because they're complaining. And the reason some of y'all stuck is because you busy complaining. You haven't learned how to keep your mouth shut. So God says, I want to take you in, but I can't take you in like that. So they're stuck in the wilderness. Then God gets so frustrated with them, he said, you know what? Y'all ain't got on my nerves. Y'all ain't even going into the promised land. I'm going to raise up another generation. So until all y'all die, we all because they're complaining. Ask the neighbor, say, neighbor, are you a complainer? Watch this. Moses, they're complaining because they ain't got nothing to drink. So Moses strikes the rock. Here come water. They're complaining again because they ain't got nothing to drink. God tells them, he says, speak to the rock. Moses is frustrated. He said, look, how many times I got to do this? Y'all bunch of stiff-necked people, y'all getting on my nerves. You want some water? Get on the water. And they strike the rock again. And because of this, God said, Moses, now I can't even let you go into the promised land. So he didn't let them complainers frustrate him to the point that he missed the promise. I told Higher Heights, I said, I don't care what y'all do. Y'all ain't frustrating me, making me miss my promise. So